Hey guys, Bird Yu-Gi-Oh here. So today we are doing Cyber Dragon. Some of you guys have been waiting for this one, so this is my updated budget Cyber Dragon deck. It has a really cool engine in it. You've seen it in a lot of decks, but it is very good in Cyber Dragon, and it's honestly just really good right now. You'll see it when I get to it. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any videos that I'm doing. I'm doing anywhere from 3 to 4 a week is about what I've been doing. So let's get right into this one with pretty much the best normal summon that we play, which is Cyber Dragon Core. Now this, when it's normal summoned, you'll be adding a Cyber Spell or Trap from your deck to your hand. So it's basically just getting you... It's searching a search card, primarily is what you're doing, but you could search the trap card as well, which is extremely good. But yeah, then also it's got an effect in the grave. If you control no monsters, and your opponent does control a monster, you can banish this from the graveyard and special summon a Cyber Dragon from your deck. So it's just really, really good starter card in general for adding a Cyber Spell and Trap. And then we also are playing 3 Hers. If this card is special summoned, you can make its level become 5, and then if it's sent to the graveyard, which is the main effect you're going to be using for it, you can add one other Cyber Dragon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So very, very good, and they're also both machine duplication targets because they're under 500. So extremely, extremely important to open up one of these cards, and it's always a bonus if you can get machine duplication with one of them. Then we got the original Cyber Dragon. So good. When you're going second and you have just a Cyber Dragon in hand, you pretty much know that whatever your opponent puts, obviously, in the extra monster zone is leaving the field, because you have Chimera Tech Mega Fleet. But regardless, he's still a really good card. Just free special summon if your opponent controls a monster. Extremely good. And then we're playing 2 Veer. I went from 3 to 2 for Veer from my last deck profile that I did for Cyber Dragon. That was just like a pure OTK. You want to just get out your fusions. This one, it kind of obviously still OTK. I think that's the only way to play Cyber Dragons, but you're not as dependent on getting actual Cyber Dragons on the field or in the graveyard. With this build, it's kind of just a bonus. This is more like a board breaking deck is kind of this version, but Veer, just basically you're getting another Cyber Dragon. You just want to be careful with this. If you do have machine duplication, you don't want to be summoning him after you normal summon your core or hers, because it's going to gain all your Cyber Dragons will gain 500 attack, so then you wouldn't be able to use machine duplication. So just be careful with Veer. Otherwise, he's just a free Cyber Dragon, and is really nice to just go into Seeger or any other link plays that you want to do. He's pretty good. And then just 1 Dre. He's a decent normal summon, not really going first, or if you have to go first, you really don't want him. But after you have an established board, if you can get like any of these guys or even Veer, you can just normal summon him and make all your Cyber Dragons level 5, so you can easily go into like a Nova and then an Infinity. So he's good. Just another name basically as well. And then as usual, even though this is a budget deck, I know Galaxy Soldier is kind of the most necessary card. You don't have to play Naxter, especially if you're playing Galaxy Soldier. He's really good. You got a lot of targets to be able to get him out, and he's basically just going to get you to Cyber Dragon Nova super quick. Super necessary card, so definitely play him. 2 Gizmek Yada. You could always flip-flop these ratios, because I think Gizmek Yada is substantially cheaper. So if you wanted to do 3 Gizmek Yada and 2 Galaxy Soldier, you can definitely do that. Kind of the same idea, but you can basically you can special summon this by tributing a normal summon monster, and then if this card was normal or special summoned, you can normal summon again. So he gains you an additional normal summon, but you do have to have a normal summoned monster on the field. That's the only thing, but he's a level 5 machine, light, fits in perfect with everything. So really nice card. And then here's the little engine that we're playing. Kaijus. So 1 Gamma Seal, 1 Humongous, and then the 2 big ones that we play are Thunder King and of course Jizukiru. Because these are both light, you can use them for Galaxy Soldier. So that's why I like these 2 for my higher attack power ones. But yeah, just doing 4 Kaijus. Kaijus are just really, really good. I mean, obviously, going second, you're just getting rid of anything your opponent has. So good right now. I found just playing this deck online, it just decimates most decks. And, you're just getting rid of anything your opponent puts on the board. Doesn't matter what it's doing. If it says unaffected by any card effect, you're going to attribute it and get rid of that card. So Kaijus are really, really good. Try them out. And then we got doing 3 hand traps, and specifically I'm doing Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. It's a super cheap one. It's another light target, so it is usable there. And it's honestly a very, very underrated hand trap. I don't see enough decks playing it, to be honest, especially with how cheap it is. It's super, super good. It doesn't negate any effects. But when a card basically that's face up on the field, activates its effect, so it could be like a monster, it could be like a field spell, continuous, you could just send this card from your hand to the graveyard and then destroy that card on the field. So it's getting rid of the card. It's like I said, it's not necessarily negating anything, but it's getting rid of a card, which sometimes I've found is more important than negating its effects and having it still be on board. With the way certain decks can just link summon away that monster even though you negated its effects. Ghost Ogre is really nice. And also, another thing you could do is normal summon core, and then you can use Ghost Ogre on the core, so you'll still get the search off the core, and then you'll have core in the graveyard to then be able to use its effect, banish, to then summon out a Cyber Dragon. So that's sometimes, something if you don't have many combo pieces, that's something cool you can do. But most of the time, it's just a really good hand trap. So that is it for the monsters that we play. And we're, of course, playing 3 Cyber Emergency. It's your best search card. You just add a light machine type monster that cannot be normal summoned or set, but mostly you're just going to be adding a Cyber Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. Cool thing with this, if this effect is negated, you can discard a card and then add this to your hand. And so obviously that's really good. If you activate that, it gets negated, Ash Blossom, something, and then you discard hers to then add this card back to your hand and use it again. And you'll get a search off of hers and then a search off of the Cyber Emergency. So really cool that they kind of added that to it. This is, again, another one you don't have to play 3 of. It's on the pricier side, I guess you could say. I think it's still only like $4 or $5, but you can definitely play just 2 of it. It works just fine that way. And then one I really like at 2, I always go back and forth with this at 2 or 1, because it is obviously searchable, but Cyber Rev System, you special summon a Cyber Dragon from your hand or graveyard, and it cannot be destroyed by card effects. And so, just right there, by what I just said, that's it. So you can activate this more than once per turn. So if you happen to have 2 in hand, as long as you have a Cyber Dragon in hand, or in the graveyard, any of your Cyber Dragons in the graveyard, you'll be able to summon them back for free with that card. Really nice. And then just 1 Cyber Repair Plant. It is, again, a search card if you have a Cyber Dragon in your grave. So just I'd say not as good a search card as Cyber Emergency, but it does come up. It's a good card. Probably the best card to open, of course, with Core or Hers is Machine Duplication. You're going to basically have Core, use Machine Duplication to then summon out 2 Cyber Dragons from your deck. So 2 card Cyber Dragon Nova, and more. You could do a lot of cool stuff with that. So machine duplication, definitely 3 of those. And then still playing 3 power bond, 2 overload. I really like them. Whenever I seem to open one of these cards, I can make Chimera Tech Rampage, and it's just such a powerful card for getting rid of back row or just attacking multiple times. And with power bond, it just becomes even more powerful. So I like them still. You definitely don't have to play them, but I feel it's my main reason for playing the Cyber Dragon deck is to be able to go into some of these really, really powerful fusions. And then with the kaijus we play, I'm just doing 2 interrupted kaiju slumber. Blow up the board, special summon 1 kaiju to your board and 1 to your opponent's board. Simple as that. You could also banish this from your graveyard and add a kaiju monster from your deck to your hand. So 2 really good effects, very good card. And then playing also 3 Pot of Desires. Again, it's kind of more of an OTK kind of deck, so you really don't care what you're banishing as long as you get something that you can, go into Nova or, like Rampage Dragon. As long as you can go into them, you should be good. Or just something to break your opponent's board. Be that a Cyber Dragon or, Kaijus, whatever. So Pot of Desires, especially at 3, I feel is just necessary in a deck like this. And then the 1 Cybernetic Overflow. You're going to banish Cyber Dragons with different levels from your hand, field, or graveyard, and then you'll destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls. Really, really good, because all of your Cyber Dragon monsters have different levels. So you got like 2, 4, 5, 1. So you got all different levels. And then if this card on the field is destroyed, you can add a Cyber Spell and Trap from your deck to your hand. So you're always going to get a good effect out of Overflow. Really nice. So that is the main deck. I believe we've got 44 is what we went with. Again, doesn't matter too much because we play the Pot of Desires. So we're fine having over 40. And then for the extra deck, the most important ones I feel, 2 Nova and then 2 Infinity. Really nice, obviously one of the best negates in the game. And then we play 1 Seeger. You go into him every now and then. He does have a nice effect where you can target a machine monster you control with 2100 or more attack, and that monster gains 2100 attack. So you can sometimes target your Nova, make him gain 2100, and then you can use his effect to banish a Cyber Dragon. So you can banish the Seeger, and then he'll gain another 2100. So you can get your Nova up pretty high if you have a Seeger out there. So cool card. And then our fusions that we go into off of Power Bond and or Overload Fusion are 2 Chimera Tech Rampage and then the 1 Cyber Twin. They both come up. Obviously, mostly you're going to want to be going into Rampage, but for that quick, easy OTK, sometimes Cyber Twin is just the way to go. And then we, of course, are playing Mega Fleet. And then I'm playing 2 Fortress Dragon. Since we're playing the Kaijus, this comes up even more to just kind of get rid of cards your opponent controls. So, because you can give them the Jizukuru. And then as long as you have any Cyber Dragon, say we just normal summon hers, you can then go into Chimera Tech Fortress with both of those cards into Fortress. 2000 attack Fortress off of just 1 Kaiju and 1 Cyber Dragon. So it's kind of cool. And it's more budget than Mega Fleet. So. And then for our links, other than Seeker, playing Platinum Gadget, it does come up to special summon a level 4 or lower machine monster from your hand. Almirage, to get your core usually off the field if you need to. And then just generic kind of removal stuff, Phoenix and Cerberus, they definitely do come up. So I kind of like those. But yeah, that is my updated Cyber Dragon deck, guys. I do still have my updated ABC. And then one of these days I will get that Mermail deck up on here, but I'm still working on that. So, yeah, again, if you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.